How do we save Greece? We must first identify the problem. How did Greece accumulate massive amounts of debt? There are two pressing issues here. First, Greece has a structural problem that almost all socialist governments have. That is giving massive amounts of pensions to government employees, creating massive amounts of unfunded liabilities. The second pressing issue is the fact that Greece was intentionally saddled with debt that political officials agreed to and not the people themselves. This was done by the global financial institutions that nefariously went into Greece to find ways to put odious debt acquired under fraudulent circumstances, on the people that could not be repaid. This will eventually lead to a loss of Greece's real assets as pre-planned. Some solutions. First off, the Greek people themselves need to take back their sovereignty from the EU. They need to drop from the European Union so the country can take control of its own economy. Then the people need to take back their power by rejecting socialism and embracing individualism. Socialism steals power from the individual to make individual decisions for him or herself. The result is usually massive amounts of corporate cronyism, as well as politicians skimming money out of the system. So, how can this all be achieved? First, people that have pensions are going to have to accept either a one-time payoff or a 10 to 15% a year cut until the pensions no longer exist. At this point, the pensions need to be eliminated off the books. Any new retirements needs to be structured that the government employee can take control of their own private retirement plans. Number 2, default on the odious debt. The creditors should have realized that Greece didn't have the ability to pay in the first place. Number 3, change the tax code to a 5% transaction tax inside the country and an added 5% for imports and exports, no other taxes. This will keep the government under control and will attract corporations from around the world due to low taxes. Right now, the Greeks spend a lot of time avoiding taxes. This could be done automatically by making transactions more digital. Number 4, eliminate 90% of government jobs. This can be done by reducing wages on non-essential sectors by 10% a year. Those non-essential sectors will eventually eliminate themselves. Number 5, eliminate 90% of the laws and regulations. Laws and regulations need enforcers, and that costs money. Simply release people from prisons that are charged with victimless crimes and avoid charging people for situations where there is no victim. This would reduce the burden on regulators as well as law enforcement. Number 6, create a volunteer system with benefits. A benefit could be a 2.5% tax reduction for those volunteering for at least 1 year in government, or another benefit could be to encourage society itself to offer discounts to government volunteers. Examples of government volunteers would be teachers, firefighters, and police, where 10% would be full-time government employees directing the other 90% volunteer force. Number 7, allow the Greek people to use multiple currencies as payment until the drachma can be slowly phased back in. So, take note. Champagne socialism is where the rich and powerful politicians drink champagne while they try to figure out what to do with your money. The problem is, you eventually run out of other people's money. So remember, what the politician giveth, they can take it away. Don't fall into the trap of socialism. Break free.